Hey, this is the DIY Magician, and this is kind of the part 2 of the behind the scenes. I've already made the backdrop, and now I need to make a table that I can perform magic tricks or do some fun quick tips, things like that, indoors. So I'm going to make a little table that can be disassembled at any time using some of these doors that I got from the local Habitat for Humanity Restore. These were in their free section. Sometimes they get things they can't sell inside, so they put them in a little corner of the parking lot, and this is the free section. So I have 3 actual doors here. We're going to make a little table kind of reminiscent of a magician's table out of these doors. So hang tight. First thing we have to do is we have to get the doors out of the framework and or remove the old hardware. Now that the old hardware has been removed and we've kept the old screws right here, we're going to put some different hinges on them. These will make it a little easier to work with. So we're going to put those on, and we'll be able to get the bottom portion of the table done. Well, it's not pretty, but as you can see, it's done. I have 2 boards hinged together so I can make it any angle I want. Okay, just like that. I sandwiched them together or side to side. I clamped them off, and I just screwed the new hinge hardware on there. And again, doesn't really match up, but for this application it doesn't matter, because all we need is to have a nice flat spot on one of the bottom and one on the top. So hang tight. We'll go on to the next step. All right, here's the best way I found to make sure that it works properly. You put your tabletop upside down on your table. You put the base on top of that, and then you do the measuring to make sure that everything is in the right spot. You measure all the different angles, and then when you're done, you just basically scribe where you want the little board to go. What I think I'm going to do is put 1 block on the inside, and then maybe use wing nuts to attach it in. So there it is, just like that. 2 blocks of wood, cut to the proper size, spaced right there. But before you glue it down, you need to sand down the area where the block is going to come in contact, because of the nice finish on the cabinet. Just give it a good sanding right there. Now it's time to do the long, hard, laborious task of gluing. It doesn't take that long. But what you want to do is you want to get a good coat on the piece of material. Okay, just like that, and like this. Okay, and then what I usually do is I'll just set it in there and just kind of swish it around. As you can see, it's starting to work pretty well. Swish it around a little bit until it lines up. You want to line it up on the line there and there. Okay, you can see it's kind of seeping out a little bit. That's good. That's good. Okay, do the same over here. Kind of squish it around a little bit and then line it up with where you want it to be. Okay, so make sure that it settles in right about there. Okay, now that it's glued up, what I'm going to do is make sure that it stays in one spot. I'm going to put, ooh, that one's already starting to gel. I'm going to put a board on top, okay? And I'm going to make a makeshift clamp. Let's put the board on top. Let's make sure that that lines up there. Make sure that it lines up on the line still. That's good there on that side. Good there on that side. Now, you just get a big container of metal, just like that. It shifted a little bit. Let's see here. There. And there. That works just. Go a little bit more. Hang on. It wants to slide a little bit, so you want to make sure you get it just right. It's still sliding. Maybe there, that'll do it. Good. Okay. You want to make sure it locks right in there. You don't want that thing shifting, because if you do let it shift, you won't be able to put the the table bottom on properly. Okay, so we've got one there. Let's do this with another one. Just like that. Set it down. We're going to double check again. This one didn't shift that much. That's good. So it's staying just right. And that one looks like it's just perfect there. And just perfect there. Okay, we're good to go. Now what we're going to do is we're going to let it glue up for 24 hours. And I'll be back and we'll see what happens with our tabletop. We'll be able to put the bottom on and everything will be fine. So hang tight. All right, I think it's time to remove these weights here. And let's see what we found with the glued on pieces here. These are a bit heavy there. Okay, up comes the little board. It hasn't been 24 hours. They said it cures in 30 minutes. It's been about 4 hours now. They said don't put a lot of strain on it. So you know what? It's on there pretty good. It'll be totally done in 24 hours. By then, I want to be using it. So here it is. The angle right there is perfect. So let me go get the doors and we'll see what we can do. All right. Now we're going to use the drill. We've had it braced up against here. I didn't need to clamp it because I think we're doing fine on that. But I'm going to drill through the outside into the inside there. And we're going to use these reclaimed bolts or whatever you want to call them. These were from, I think, some sort of IKEA furniture or some sort. Little threaded deal there. So anyways, we're going to go ahead and drill through here and go from there. So let's come back later. Well, here it is. The final product, upside down though. So these are the little blocks that I glued in. Right there and there. I put the tabletop right on top, drilled a hole, put the bolt through, and away it goes. It's on there. So here's what it's going to look like. We're going to put it on the table or the ground like this. Just like that. Let's get this out of the way. And here it is. The new behind the scenes. Just like that. This is my little work table. So we're going to do all sorts of fun videos this way. I can either stand or I can sit and we can do it that way. And there it is. Behind the scenes with the DIY Magician. We'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video from the DIY Magician, you also might enjoy joining our Facebook group. That's right, the DIY Magician Facebook group. Or you can visit our artist page. That's right, the DIY Magician artist page on Facebook. Or if you want to, please subscribe to YouTube videos and you'll see all the up-to-date videos as they come along. Thank you again for watching the DIY Magician video. Now, here's the thing. It's going to want to shift a little bit, and it's going to not want to stay in one spot. So what I do to make it work just right, oh yeah. Hello, this is the DIY Magician, and this is going to be our close quarters table. It's not as sturdy as I was hoping for, but that's okay. This is just a test. And there it is, close quarters items. And we can do that now. Here's standing up. Okay.
That's the standing up. I think we're way off on that.